I live in Capital Region in New York, and we have a street here called Pearl Street. And I was just looking at some news updates a few days back, and suddenly I found that there has been a terrorist attack on Pearl Street, and I thought that it was in our own neighborhood, in our own backyard. So I started looking at the news, and then I found that it was not here. It was in Boulder. It was in Denver area, and the attack happened on the peaceful protesters who were having a peaceful protest rally for the hostages taken in Gaza, and they were protesting for it. Unfortunately, these people did not know, or maybe they were too ignorant, or maybe they felt very much protected in that area where they were protesting, and they felt that nothing was coming from them. Though the same kind of incident, I mean, like more violent incident, had happened a few days back. I'm talking about the two Jews uh, embassy workers who were brutally, mercilessly murdered, assassinated, uh, and so far we don't hear any update on anything except for the person who was arrested. He was chanting for Palestine. He was chanting for the people in Gaza. The same thing happened here. I mean, like this is a pattern which the authorities should try to understand. That if in a span of 1 to 2 weeks, two incidents happen, two people were killed, 8 to 10, or maybe some says 8 to 15 people were injured badly because this guy threw something, a flame gun or a torch maybe, which actually burned some of the people. Okay, so it's a act of terrorism. The victor. Let me read something. The victims ranged in age from 52 to 88, with some suffering serious burns. Witnesses described mass confusion as people tried to help those on fire. The attack took place on the eve of Shabbat, a Jewish holiday, adding to concerns about the rising anti Semitic violence. I mean, like, what was the day when um, Yom Kippur happened? It was Yom Kippur. And then October 7 happened on a very special day. And now this thing happened on a Jewish special day. I mean, like, why the people who are doing it, they choose the festivals. I mean, imagine if a Christian community is attacked on the day of New Year, Christmas, or Easter, or a Muslim community is attacked on the day of Eid al-Fitr or Eid al-Azha. What will happen? If it happens, I mean, with Muslims, it would be definitely called Islamophobic. But you cannot call it anti Semitic because it's not politically correct. Now, what I'm trying to say is that the guy who is involved, he is an Egyptian asylum seeker. Not only asylum seeker, he is on asylum, and that's what my point is. The people, the Christians who come from Pakistan, they are like really, really badly treated in Pakistan. They run away from there in order to have a new start over here. They're just taken as asylees. Nobody interviews them. Nobody cares about them. But these people somehow, they live a better life than us. I see Afghanis, like people who used to work for me when they came and they had no work permits. I mean, they had the work authorization kind of as paper with them, but then they were settling down slowly, gradually. They started going to different places. Some of them are getting green cards. Some of them are getting good quality jobs, better than the people who are here for 5 years, 7 years, 8 years, 10 years. I'm talking about these Christians who have come from Pakistan. They have no future. I mean, like, their cases are not being heard. They are asylum seekers too, and they don't go and protest in the streets and chant for any ideology. And then we have people who are ideologically driven, motivated, who just keep killing people, throwing petrol bombs, or I don't know what kind of bomb was that, or whatever he used. It says Uh, Muhammad Sabri Suleiman. Sabri Kawal from Pakistan. Maybe he's Egyptian actually. Is a makeshift flamethrower. Used a makeshift flamethrower and threw Molotov cocktails, injuring at least 15 people. So these are the people who have not only the guts and the courage, but the ability to unleash this kind of terrorist activity. And who are they? They are the people who come from a Muslim country and they seek asylum here and so-called Christian country in their words. If you go to Pakistan and you ask anybody about America, they would tell you that America is a Christian country. Anyway, that's a different question. What I'm trying to say is that why these things happen. Because they know that no harm would come to them. A couple of years ago, Salman Rushdie was here to deliver a speech. And the topic that he was about to talk about was that America is a safe haven for people like Salman Rushdie, and people could feel safer over here if they are threatened elsewhere in the world. And then right in the middle of his speech, somebody just got to the stage and stabbed him. And in the process, Salman Rushdie lost his eye. And look, what was the event? The event was that America was a safe haven for people like Salman Rushdie. So when I talk to my American friends and I tell them that a shitstorm is coming, and these people who are motivated by a certain ideology, or I would say ideology motivated people, these are the people for which common American people have no response to. You really don't know what's coming, what these people are capable of. These people are capable of blowing themselves up. So if a person is willing to die or is willing to sacrifice his own self, what respect and value he has for the lives of the others. So I'm not anti-Muslim, but definitely I'm not very happy with the Islamic theology. It teaches hatred for Jews and Christians. It's written in Quran that Jews and Christians cannot be your friends. And now this thing is happening in America. I mean, like back-to-back two incidents, big incidents. And when Palestinian protesters come to street in the colleges, universities, and they protest for Hamas and they protest for Palestine, nobody attacks them because people are very decent. But if America becomes that kind of country where people, peaceful protesters, they are not safe because of some lunatics who are driven by this mad philosophy that they are the only people who are correct and all the other people have no right to live until they convert to Islam. This is very, very dangerous motive. This is not a narrative that I built because I hate Islam or I hate Muslims. This is a narrative which I have because I grew up in a Muslim country. I dealt with my Muslim friends. I have tons of Muslim friends. The only friends I have are Muslims. And most of them are very nice people. But when it comes to that ideology, that philosophy, and being infidels, Christians are infidels, Hindus are infidels, Ahmadis are infidels, Sikhs are infidels, everybody is infidel except the Muslims who are the Momens. And all the prophets are Muslims too. So that's a different topic. We'll talk about it some other day. What I want to say is that there should be some real serious consequences. People must be punished for these kind of activities. Maybe these are the people who really deserve deportation. And I don't know what to say. I mean, it's so sad. It's so sad that in a country where people come and some people seek asylum because they're really are running away from all the persecution that they are feeling, they're getting on the name of religion in third world countries, Muslim countries, and then other people who come here just because they have no other way to stay in the United States. Then the best way for them is to stay in the United States and achieve their objectives through seeking asylum. And once the asylum is granted, partially or fully, they start doing their terrorist activities and these kind of really low-level terrorist attacks, and trying to destroy the peace of the country and take precious lives of a community which already is in very small number. So I feel very sorry for that. I cannot offer a solution because I know that American agencies and American authorities, they're dealing with the entire world, and they try to keep peace everywhere in the world. It's about time they try to understand that what a ideologically motivated person can do and how dangerous that person could be. Think about it. Enough for one day. Thank you very much.